morning. Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, fresh off for 5 hours and 22 minutes of quality sleep, according to Fitbit. Also with me.
You're too happy this morning, man.
Over 4.5 hours? What's wrong with me? Also with me this morning is the Colonel, fresh off of how many hours?
I have no idea.
Retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate Aberdeen, as the failing pilot refers to you. Hey, it's a little gray and dingy out there right now, much like a Democrat's underwear, but don't let that get you down. When the sun comes out, it's official now. When the sun comes out,
it's coronavirus killing weather.
Bad for coronavirus. So, yeah, go out and get some sun, get some exercise, play a little golf, take a walk, whatever, because it's good for you. Let the Democrats sit in the closet with a blanket over his head. That's where they belong anyway.
That's where they are. While they get their government check every month.
Yeah. Well.
Guaranteed check from somebody. Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen as we speak around the world on our... Wait a minute, Prince is not through with you yet. Come on with Napster.
No, Prince is done with you.
Yeah, right. Don't forget, we are being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's up and running at talk973.com. Top middle of the page of the home page is where the link's located. On your mobile device, fire up YouTube and put Mornings with the Leader Man into the search. Leader Man, all one word, spelled like it sounds. And if you're on your mobile device just wanting an audio stream, that's available too. With any streaming app, such as TuneIn, iTunes Streamer, many others work. iHeartRadio does not work. Other than that, you can get it and put WEEB in the search to find our stream. And if you're on our website, it's an icon in the upper right-hand corner of every page at talk973.com that has an icon that says, listen live on the air. Click that once and you're listening that quick. Our coronavirus killing forecast for the weekend. It's going to be partly cloudy today. That's good killing weather. With a high of 78. May see a few isolated showers out there. Nothing to write home about. Just a 20% chance of that. So good killing weather all day. I never thought I'd give a killing forecast.
Yeah, there you go.
Partly cloudy tonight. Isolated showers low at 55. Tomorrow, another good day for killing virus. Partly cloudy. Few isolated thunderstorms. High at 73. Same holds true for tomorrow night with a low of 61. Sunday, partly cloudy, a few scattered showers, 75. Another round of killing weather. And then for Monday, mostly sunny. Boy, this is going to kill. Not going to be quite as warm, though. High of 67. But it still kills. Just takes a little longer. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds of southwest at 16 miles an hour, gusting to 22. Visibility 10 statute miles. Pressure is 2969, dew point 60, humidity 93%. High humidity also helps kill it. Right now it's cloudy and 62 degrees here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, little Prince there in the background. It is 7:32, 32 past the hour. Well, our idiot government back at it again. Let's see. Tennessee's smart enough to open, can figure it out. South Carolina can figure it out. Georgia can figure it out. They're starting to open today. But
yes.
Our governor, who talks to you like you're a third grader, doesn't think you, well, he thinks you're a third grader, and you can't open safely without him. You know, I don't like being treated like an idiot. I doubt you do either. But that's the way we're being treated, because we're going to go over these phases right quick. Whereas it's got phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And it'll be at least May 8th before they consider phase 1.
Anything opening, yes. Yep.
Which in itself is ridiculous. Now, you're a smart person. I give you everybody credit for that. And I think you can decide for yourself what risk you starting to take. Because I dare say, and I was right about the banks loaning to the big guys on the PPP money.
Yes.
That if they opened up everything today, you wouldn't see much activity in the stores.
No.
People will be looking from afar saying, oh, there are people in there. And then they'll look up your safeguards online or something and say, well, they're practicing this and this and this, or they may have a sign on the front door, must have a mask on before entering, and things like that. And then you have a decision to make, whether you want to take that risk of walking in there or not, and in what condition you want to walk in there. You want to walk in there with gloves, face mask, a hoodie, who knows? But it's up to you. And you can make that decision, because I think you're smart enough. Our governor doesn't think you are. He has to do it in government phases. Now, these are based off of some of these are based off of the national.
Federal guidelines, right.
Well, let's just go over it right quick. Phase 1, if it ever goes into place, if our governor thinks we're smart enough to do it. Remember, all these come from people who are getting a guaranteed check every month in their account, while you, who don't have a check and wonder where your next meal's coming from, got to sit here and take it. All right, phase 1, stay-at-home order remains in place. That means you're still not going anywhere when phase 1 gets into place. But people will have more opportunities to leave their home to patronize essential businesses. Well, gee, we can do that now.
Yes, and people are doing it now.
Yeah.
It was pretty busy out there this morning on my way. I was kind of surprised.
No,
I
people,
actually had to wait at the circle for a couple of cars to go around.
people are going early to get what toilet paper there might be.
Right. Yeah. It's there's people out there that I think have discovered the fallacy in all this, and they're starting to get out and do things.
And we thought those foreigners were crazy for putting bidets in their house.
Yeah.
Those retailers and services will need to implement social distancing. Well, we're doing that now. Cleaning and other protocols, we're doing that now. Any business specifically closed by an executive order, including bars, restaurants, and dining service, nail and hair salons, and gyms, must stay closed. We're doing that now. Gatherings limited to no more than 10 people. We're doing that now. Parks can open subject to gathering limits. We're doing that now. Face coverings recommended in public. People are doing that now. Restrictions remain in place for nursing homes and other congregate living settings, and encourage continued. It's in word right. Encourage continued teleworking. So we're doing that now. So all of phase 1's are already going on, but we don't officially enter it until May 8th, because we got a dumb governor who thinks only he can lead us. But remember, he's a Democrat, and he's going to show Donald Trump how to run North Carolina.
And you know what the big lie in all of this is? If you look, there's still no accurate statistics here on infected. Well, there's a gross number of infected people, but no recoveries, no information on who's been hospitalized, who's in ICU, who's on ventilators, any of that would enable you to look at all of this and make a informed decision about what you think's going on out here. Because, hey, it's like the old Hotel California. You can check out anytime you want, but you'll never leave. Once you're infected, that's it. You stay infected. You never recover, according to North Carolina Health Department, and apparently in our county health department. Although we know people have recovered, we have. I know we have 2 solid cases of individuals that, I had it and I'm recovered now. Well, who told him? I'd like to know who told those individuals they were recovered, and why have they not been reported as recovered?
Well, as more and more tests get out there, we're finding more and more people have been infected. Most of them being asymptomatic, meaning they have the virus but show no symptoms throughout the whole infection.
Right.
And
and you're going to find that's true down here too.
Yeah. And the average death rate, as it stands now, as more and more cases are discovered, is 0.1% of 1%.
Right. It's dropping rapidly as more honest reporting is disseminated to everybody.
So you got a 99.9% chance of surviving this virus.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind as you factor it into your risk factor of your life.
Yeah, and if you have underlying illnesses and et cetera, and whether or not you should really.
If you live on a tank of oxygen, it might not be a good idea to go out.
No, that's exactly.
All right, phase 2.
Which, and that's an important point. Some of those people in with those kinds of conditions that, demand oxygen tanks, they're not going out to do those kind of things anyway, because even the flu is serious for them.
Right.
So they're really careful to begin with.
Yeah, careful about who comes in their home and everything else.
Many of them are.
Yeah. People like you and me, let anybody.
Yeah. No, not really.
All right, phase 2, about 2 to 3 weeks after phase 1. Now, remember, everything in phase 1 we're already doing. But we're not going to officially enter phase 1 until the 8th of May.
Jesus Christ. What a joke. 2 weeks. Yeah, basically 2 weeks.
So that would mean around the 22nd of May, we go into phase 2. Let's see how many that's already in place.
Yeah.
Stay-at-home order with strong encouragement for vulnerable populations to continue staying at home. We're already doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Allow limited openings of restaurant, bars, other businesses that can follow strict safety protocols. We could start doing that now.
Right, yes.
But
we should.
We're too stupid. We don't know how to hold up a rag and disinfect things.
Yeah.
Go around with a UV light in your whole place and kill the thing.
Right.
Allowing gatherings at house of worship and entertainment venues at reduced capacity.
We should be doing that on a nice, bright, sunny Sunday morning. You should be having services and do it outside.
Yeah. Just don't use the same communion cup.
Well, yeah. Yes, yeah, okay. Yeah. We never did. We always had the little shot glasses.
Little shot glasses, yeah. There are those that do it the old-fashioned way, as it was at the original dinner.
Yeah.
Let's see. Before they knew about viruses. Increase the number of people allowed at gatherings. Well, we do that now. We just social distance. Face coverings recommended in public. People choose to do that now. Open public playgrounds. Oh, gee, we could finally go on a swing.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, people are going there now. And continued rigorous restrictions on nursing homes and other congregate living settings.
And that should be, that was in place in the two places that I was familiar with. They told you, look, here, come visit, etc. But if you're not feeling well or something like that, just encourage you to stay home. And that's what it should always be in those places.
They need some way to...
The one place had somebody sitting there by the door, and they, have you sign in and greet you and all that. I never went in there sniveling and blowing my nose and sneezing and coughing. I'm sure if I did, I'm sure that lady sitting there at the front desk would have said, hey, we really don't need you in here today. But that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be in those places all the time.
Well, I know also these nursing homes. This happened to my aunt last week. Her husband's in the nursing home because of dementia.
Yeah.
And to keep him safe. And he fell and broke his hip and had an operation.
Yeah.
Got brought back to the nursing home. And a few days later, complications set in and he died.
Yeah.
And the whole time, my aunt, who had been married to him for 68 years, was not allowed to be with him at all or even say goodbye. They should have made a provision at least for one person, meaning the spouse, if they wanted to go in there wrapped up in everything and be with her husband while he passed away. That was the thing that bothered her the most. After all that time together, she couldn't say goodbye to her life partner. All right. And finally, phase 3. So this would be 4 to 6 weeks after phase 2. That would mean the end of June.
Oh, man.
End of June.
This is stupid.
They were still under restrictions, but they'll lessen restrictions on vulnerable populations with encouragement to continue practicing physical distancing. Allow increased capacity at restaurant, bars, and businesses, house of worship, and entertainment venues. So that means movie theaters closed till July.
Right.
Further increase the number of people allowed at gatherings. Increase the number of people allowed at gatherings. That's the next line. I don't know why it sounds the same, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
And continue rigorous restrictions on nursing homes and other congregate living settings. And Cooper also said the state would not move to a new phase until data shows it's safe to do so.
Yeah.
Here again, I'm getting a little tired of the people that get a paycheck telling those of us who don't that we can't work, that we got to depend on them. Well, guess what? They're not coming through on their end. I've yet to get the stimulus money, the $1,200. Jeff hadn't gotten his, have you?
Not that I haven't looked, not that I know.
Uh-oh, did you get yours? Come on.
No, I didn't.
Give me a reason to hate you.
Put Cooper's. Yes, I did get it. Twice. And there were a couple of zeros on the end of it, too. I don't know if my wife's gotten it or not.
But you were telling me Clark Howard talked about it this morning.
Oh, yeah. Clark Howard mentioned something here this morning. If you're receiving Social Security and having that direct deposited, well, that's the mechanism for, those people to get the money. So it should appear, he was saying that you should be seeing some of that in the next week or so. But if you're not on Social Security, there's a porthole in the IRS website where you can go and, put in a lot of information, identify yourself, and put in your bank transfer information so that IRS, so that this check can arrive. And apparently some enterprising knuckleheads have already figured that out and have started to, because they have all the Equifax information and DOD information that's been stolen, personal information, and they've been ripping that money off. So if you haven't done that, I didn't even know that porthole existed until I heard it on Clark Howard this morning. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't, IRS.gov, you can go there and, hopefully you don't find out your money's already been accounted for, because apparently...
Well, I went there and it said, asked the status of the check, and goes, I don't know.
Right. Well, apparently a lot of people have already been ripped off for their helicopter money, as Clark Howard likes to call it, for that $1,200 or whatever it is.
Why does he call it helicopter money?
I don't know. That's, that's his term, not mine.
Yeah, well, I stick it in there and pay my bills. Here's another warning to everyone out there. I know when the money runs out, you got to turn somewhere for money.
Right.
Be careful about turning to your credit cards.
Ooh, bad.
Because these credit card companies have programs in place that monitor your total usage of available credit.
Right.
Meaning if all your credit cards will add up to $100,000, and because I work quicker with ones and zeros. Mm-hmm. Everybody goes, I wish. And you use, you all of a sudden start charging a lot more to them on all of them.
Right.
And they see balances going up on all of them, and all of a sudden you're at 40% usage. When you has, on a normal basis, you're at 10 to 20% usage.
Right.
Well, they know something's going on, and they'll cut your credit back.
Yeah.
Which will pop you in two ways. Number one, you got to pay it off now down below your credit limit.
Right.
And you might not have $2,000 or $3,000 to do that. And number two, when they do that little ditty and you're way up there on your usage or over your usage, then you get dinged on your credit for it.
Well, you get dinged on credit, and then you get a higher interest rate too.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to be careful.
It's a triple whammy coming at you. So be careful about that. See if you can make arrangements to pay it down every month, so you don't start sparking a computer reaction.
That's that 6 foot long piece of paper they send you once a year with all that microscopic print on it. that you never read. Yeah, you read into all that stuff, it'll make your eyes water. But, yeah, they stick you. They stick you every time.
I know during the crash, and this is why I don't like Capital One, I had a couple of Capital One credit cards I seldom, if ever, used. They had just $3,000 credit on both of them. And during the George Bush Obama transition there, you know how the banks all started tanking at everything.
Yeah.
And the credit card companies just started slashing people's credit ratings. I mean, not credit ratings, but credit amounts. And they cut mine from 3,000 to 300.
Jeez, yeah, it's not worth having the card.
Exactly. But if you cancel the card,
Right.
it dings your credit.
Yeah.
As closing an account. So you keep the card open, then they charge you $85 a year all of a sudden to have the card. So that's money tinkle down the drain. And the other thing was, since it wasn't enough to use, you just left it dormant. And you call them up and you say, oh, by the way, when they send you that annual bill for it, they tag so much spam on it, on that bill, that it goes to your spam folder.
Right.
Because they got 500 links on there when it comes. Your spam folder puts it into the spam folder, you don't see it, and then they hit you for a late fee on that $85, 35 more bucks. It's a scam coming and going.
Yeah, I quit any card I had that had an annual fee. I junked them 20, 30 years ago.
Well, that's why I make them all mail me a statement. So it mentally reminds me. But they pull that little stunt on you, too. And then when you call them up and say, how about increase the credit amount so that, I got an 800 credit score, and they'll come back and say, well, we can't raise your credit because there's not enough use on the card to get a history.
Yeah.
I said, it'd be better for me to sever my ties and reapply, and then I'll get a decent amount. But that will ding your credit if you do. It's a no-win situation. They got you coming and going. All right, few sound bites this morning. Let's see here. Get up to the beginning, Steve. We don't even have the late night boys. Where the hell were they last night?
I don't know. Probably had the NFL draft on, so they probably weren't.
Not at 11:30.
Yeah, it went pretty late, didn't it? It went to about 11, something like that. I don't know. I didn't watch more than about half an hour of it. So.
Okay, I got it here. To put it in a different place. All right, the best of the late night Unix from last night.
This year's draft was supposed to take place in Las Vegas, but the NFL didn't want to put people's health in danger. That's how crazy things are. The NFL is more concerned about health than the mayor of Las Vegas.
It was supposed to be a big live event in Vegas, but because of the virus, they did a virtual draft. The most interesting part was watching a bunch of 75-year-old billionaire team owners trying to figure out how to boot up their laptops.
I saw that the toy company Ty has debuted a new Beanie Baby to raise money for the coronavirus recovery efforts. It's a great idea that's expected to bring in millions of dollars in the year 1995.
Well, they failed.
Yeah, as they usually do. Yeah, I'm sure some billionaire, he's worried about booting up his laptop. Dummy. I mean, he's billionaire. He has people do it for him, you think.
And what landmark out there is celebrating the big 30th birthday today?
Landmark 30th birthday?
Yeah. You don't actually see the landmark from Earth.
I don't know.
The Hubble telescope.
Oh. All right.
Celebrating the big 3-0 today. The Space Shuttle Discovery lifted it into orbit in April 24th in 1990. It's been orbiting Earth and taking pictures ever since. NASA recently posted a new tool that lets you see the best photo is taken on your birthday.
Great.
Here's audio of the launch for you.
We are go for main engine start, T-minus 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery with the Hubble Space Telescope, our window on the universe.
So you get to relive history there.
Yeah, Can't remember where I was in 1990.
Well, because of the COVID-19, the NFL draft being held online, as you just heard from Commissioner Roger Goodell's home, Mr. I make $30 million a year and fly around in a private NFL plane. Of course, it's sponsored by a semi-delicious beer.
All-American football players get thirsty sitting at home during the pandemic waiting for a pro. So do armchair quarterbacks watching the action on live stream. So if you're loaded with flavorful potential. So for big, strong, full-bodied flavor, drink yours today. NFL Draft. Home brewed, because where else you gonna go?
And during this time of quarantine, eating right and exercise is important. But so is mental health.
Oh, yes.
Here's a happy sound to stimulate your brain.
And now it's time for Happy Sounds while you're in quarantine. Here's a goat imitating Jerry Lewis. Keep it here for more Happy Sounds while you're in quarantine.
I never could watch Jerry Lewis, and that's exactly why.
Well, he ripped off the sound.
I never thought he was funny.
Me either. Acting stupid never did make me laugh. So.
No, well, I don't know. The Three Stooges or whatever. He just wasn't. I don't know. I just didn't get it. Sorry. I know he's a big time comedian. I guess they love him in France. That's what they always used to say.
Well, have you ever noticed how much of the COVID-19 advice is contradictory? Stuff like, please stay inside, but get fresh air too.
Right.
And all stores are closed except those that are open, and so forth and so on. This woman did a parody video where she pretends to be an expert at a news conference, and she covers all of those brilliant talking points.
You must not leave the house for any reason, unless, of course, you have a reason, and then you may leave the house. All stores are closed except those that are open. And all stores must close unless, of course, they need to stay open. This virus is deadly, but don't be afraid of it. It can only kill people who are vulnerable and also those who are not vulnerable. We should stay locked down until the virus stops infecting people. And it will only stop infecting people if enough of us get infected that we build immunity. So it is very important that we get infected and also do not get infected. I hope this cleared up any questions about what we should and should not be doing during this time. Please educate your friends and family with this information so we can remove any and all confusion surrounding this time. Thank you.
That's about right.
And a mom in Idaho who was part of an anti-vaxxer group was arrested at a playground after she helped organize a playdate protest with other parents. And then she refused to leave. Then here comes the police to arrest her.
Are you going to know to fight everyone for not social distancing? Are you going to do you have 5 seconds? Arrest me for being a phone. Do it. Report it.
Okay, this is not... Officer, you don't want to do that. Officer, you don't...
You're being detained right now.
Am I being arrested or detained? Am I arrested or detained? Someone call Idaho Freedom Foundation right now and get them on the phone.
Yeah, this is out of hand. I mean, I'm sure they had to release some drug distributors and murderers and robbers and stuff to make room to lock her up too. So, it's just stupid.
And someone built the stress, well, a lot of times with pin badges on people who don't have much judgment. And they make stupid calls like that.
Yeah, but I'd like to agree with that. But, then you have some knucklehead, maybe a mayor, county commissioner, some kind of thing that's demanding that be done, too. So, I mean, there's more to it than just some cop. I mean...
Just go in there and chase them away.
Yeah,
You don't have to throw one into jail.
The whole thing is stupid.
Ties up court time, jail time, everything.
It's ridiculous.
Absolutely. Let's see. And a 25-year-old guy in Minnesota led cops on a 25-mile chase in his Mustang claims he thought they just wanted to race him.
Joker wants to race.
It's ridiculous.
All right, come on, let's go. Let's go.
Eluding the police is not social distancing.
That's right.
Good
8
morning,
o'clock.
everyone, and happy Friday. Today we'll see mostly cloudy skies. Stray shower possible this morning, but we're dry this afternoon. Highs today warm in the mid to upper 70s and low 80s. Partly cloudy, mild tonight, low to mid 50s for tomorrow morning. We start dry Saturday morning, but we'll see a few showers and thunderstorms Saturday afternoon and evening. Highs in the upper 60s to mid 70s. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 PM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. At the White House, there's talk of keeping social distancing around a while.
Vice President Pence told reporters that the coronavirus task force is seeing meaningful progress in the fight against COVID-19, but he suggested that Americans will need to follow social distancing guidelines for several more weeks.
We do believe by early summer we could be in a much better place as a nation.
President Trump was asked if the guidelines will be extended to early summer.
May go beyond that. We're going to have to see where it is.
He said there will be extensions until we feel safe. Greg Clugston, the White House.
A coronavirus relief package is now on its way to President Trump's desk, the House giving final congressional approval to the bill.
The primary purpose of the $484 billion spending bill is to replenish the Paycheck Protection Program. That initiative offers loans to businesses that can be forgiven if the money is used to keep employees on payroll. The bill will add $210 billion to the funding pool for the PPP managed by the Small Business Administration after the SBA ran out of $349 billion allocated for the program in less than 2 weeks. The bill also includes $25 billion in funding to develop and expand access to tests for COVID-19, a crucial step toward curbing the pandemic and easing social distancing restrictions. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Stay-at-home restrictions being eased today in Georgia and Oklahoma, with certain businesses in those states being allowed to reopen. One of the UK's highest-profile COVID-19 patients continues to recover, but it's not clear when Boris Johnson will be able to return to work.
I spoke to the Prime Minister yesterday. He's in good shape. And I'm sure he'll come back as soon as his doctors recommend it.
British Health Secretary Matt Hancock. A Canadian investigator says last weekend's massacre in Nova Scotia left 22 people dead, started as an argument between the gunman and his girlfriend. On Wall Street, Dow futures up 157 points, S&P futures 17 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Relief Factor, pain relief that's natural, pain relief that works, and pain relief that attacks the source of the pain. That's the experience of tens of thousands of Americans who are taking Relief Factor right now. See their incredible video endorsements at relieffactor.com and then order your 3-week quick starter pack for just $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Find out if it can work for you like it works for me by ordering your 3-week quick starter pack today. relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com. Be the next success story.
If you haven't switched to Pure Talk USA, you're probably paying too much for your cell service. Pure Talk covers 99% of the country, and plans start at just $20 per line with no contract and a 1-month risk-free guarantee. You've got nothing to lose. You can even keep your phone and your number. Get 50% off your first month when you call now. Just go to puretalkusa.com and enter promo code HALF-OFF. That's puretalkusa.com, promo code HALF-OFF.
South Korean officials report that for the first time in more than a month, there have been no coronavirus deaths recorded in the latest 24-hour period.
I was in Daegu, the hotspot, in the end of February, when I was watching ambulance after ambulance arrive at the hospital. At one point, I think I counted over 100 ambulances outside the main COVID-19 hospital, each one with a coronavirus patient inside. And when I was speaking to doctors there, they told me, look, we are going to get it under control. And my team and I walked away, and I turned around and said, look, I cannot see how they're going to get this under control. They did.
That's BBC's Laura Bicker in Seoul. Fitch Ratings Agency has lowered its outlook on Greece's credit rating from positive to stable amid the financial impact of the coronavirus. In its latest report, the ratings agency does not downgrade Greece's credit rating, leaving it at the BB level it had upgraded it to in January. Townhall.com. A Trump-supporting Georgia lawmaker, a Democrat, rethinks his resignation from the state legislature.
The day after he said he would resign effective immediately, State Representative Vernon Jones posted a Twitter video stating he changed his mind because he received what he calls overwhelming support from his constituents, adding he's going to do everything he can to get Donald J. Trump elected. Jones made waves last week when he endorsed the president, stating in a video that he's backing the Republican because of his support for criminal justice reform and historically black colleges and universities. And although Jones will complete his term, he did withdraw his candidacy for re-election. Rhonda Rockstar reporting.
The Federal Reserve says it will provide monthly reports on several of its economic rescue initiatives supported by the $2 trillion rescue program approved by Congress. On Wall Street, Dow futures up 150 points, NASDAQ futures 37 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Whether it's fleet maintenance, auto body and collision repair, or scheduled maintenance, Aberdeen Speed Shop can do all of your repairs. You have a choice. All we ask is you come in and meet us and see what we do. We invite you to browse our shop and see the different stages of premium restorations we do for Sandhills classic car owners. The care we put into those restorations and the corresponding trust those owners put in us is also reflected in our Speed Shop maintenance. Reputation is everything in this business, and it starts with getting comfortable with your car doctor. So stop by for an introduction or just to talk cars, or visit us on our Facebook page. Aberdeen Speed Shop, Highway 211 in Aberdeen. Google us or give us a call for directions, 365-9974. That's 365-9974. Once again, 365-9974. Aberdeen Speed Shop. Let's roll.
Donuts so heavenly you'd think they were made by angels. Southern Angel Donut Company is now open for your heavenly pleasure in Olmsted Village behind the First National Bank. And the angels are up daily at 3 a.m. making donuts the old-fashioned way, preparing holy taste bud delights like the maple bacon donut or their special apple fritters. And hey, Southern Angel Donuts make great business icebreakers because who doesn't like a great donut? Give Southern Angel Donuts a try today. Open 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. The following is a message from the Moore County Veterans Service Office. The Moore County Veterans Service Office wants county veterans to know that they can still take steps to file a new disability claim during the coronavirus shutdown. Veterans can call the VA directly at 1-800-827-1000 and request an intent to file. This will reserve the earliest possible date for benefits once the claim is decided. Although the local office remains closed to the public during the coronavirus shutdown, staff is working via telephone, mail, and email. If you wish to speak to someone about filing a new claim or have questions about your existing claim, please call the Moore County Veterans Service Office at 910-947-3257. That's 910-947-3257 and leave a message. Your call will be returned within 48 hours.
If you're like most folks, you love your home. You love your neighborhood and those that live around you. But when you go inside your home, you see that it is in need of a massive updating, especially those bathrooms, kitchen, and great room. You know that these areas need upgrading, but you also know what a task it is to do it yourself. Hi, I'm Steve Leader Adams, and I've built over 2,000 homes, and I and my partner Larry Postawade have over 70 years of construction experience and have our own remodeling business called Relive It Remodeling. We also pride ourselves on making remodeling jobs an easy and enjoyable process for our clients. We look after everything from permits to the last paint stroke. We also show up when we promise and stay until completion. And we also recycle any materials through the Wounded Warrior program. And here's one more promise. Nobody, and I mean nobody, does better quality work than we do. For your next renovation job, give me a call right here at WEEB at 692-7440 or check us out on the web at relivitremodeling.com.
This is Dr. Terry Ann Sams of Sandhills Weekend Dental. In an effort to support social distancing, we have not been seeing as many patients lately. We have missed being with everyone, but in the meantime, we have given our office a fresh coat of paint and we can't wait for you to see it. For now, we are seeing emergency patients only. Please call our office at 910-687-4423 and eat, kiss, and smile better.
NCN News, I'm Mike Rayleigh. The stay-at-home order for COVID-19 will now stay in place through May 8th. In a Raleigh briefing, Governor Roy Cooper says he knows people are getting impatient.
We also know that we can't keep staying at home for the long run. Now we know what is needed to transition out of the restrictions and what a new normal
will look like.
President Donald Trump, meanwhile, at the White House coronavirus news briefing, says the data suggests we are making some progress.
46 states report a drop in patients showing coronavirus-like symptoms. That's a big number.
Unemployment in the U.S. has swelled to levels last seen during the Great Depression. NC State economist Dr. Mike Walden doesn't believe things will turn around within the next month. Now COVID-19 has forced America into uncharted waters.
To prevent the spread of the virus, we had to do something we've never before done in the country that I'm aware of. In fact, I don't even know whether it's ever been done in the world, and that is to shut down a large part of the economy.
The first human trials of a coronavirus vaccine are taking place right now in Britain, but until a vaccine is found, countries desperate to reopen their economies may look to Sweden. CBS Imitez Hayes.
The Scandinavian nation has kept its schools and businesses open to help the general population build immunity, a goal they believe they're within weeks of. Still, more than 2,000 people have died there, which is hundreds more than neighboring countries with tighter controls.
With demand low because of the coronavirus outbreak, many oil tankers are left with nowhere to go, as CBS correspondent Cammie McCormick reports.
The Coast Guard says it's monitoring an increased presence of oil tankers near the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, 27 tankers. Calling this a unique situation, the Coast Guard says it's constantly evaluating and adopting its procedures to protect both the vessels and the environment and closely monitoring the situation.
You're listening to NCN News.
Spring and the onset of summer increases the likelihood of thunderstorms. Alternative Power, your North Carolina Generac service provider, reminds you to stay alert. As a thunderstorm approaches, get out of boats and away from water. If you're caught outdoors, find a low spot away from trees, fences, and poles. Alternative Power guards homes against extended power outages with a Generac automatic standby generator. Alternative Power, North Carolina's Generac experts. See more at alternativepower.com.
From fuel to battery power, steel has been defining the future of outdoor power equipment for over 90 years. With hard-working trimmers, hedge trimmers, chainsaws, and more, steel products deliver the power professionals need to conquer their workday. And with fleet discounts for qualifying customers, steel delivers savings too. Steel is not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot, always at a local steel dealer. Real steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
More than 3,000 Americans died from COVID-19 yesterday, bringing the total to more than 49,000. Some states plan to slowly reopen in the near future, with Georgia lifting some of its restrictions today.
I'm not happy about Brian Kemp.
President Trump disagrees with the governor of Georgia opening some businesses back up today.
You're not in the guidelines, but I'm letting you make your own decision.
These salon owners are thrilled.
We're really excited to be able to get people back in here and have them feeling good about themselves.
Others aren't sure what it'll look like.
I can promise you that we are not going to open back up to full staff and 2 and 3 clients at a time.
Ian Lee, CBS News.
What could be the next steps toward getting North Carolina back to normal? Well, part of that answer was announced yesterday by the governor. North Carolina's health director was asked about possible measures. Dr. Betsy Tilson with ABC's Joel Brown.
The governor has been always saying that we want to be looking at our trends, right? Looking at our cases, looking at our hospitalizations, looking at our death, looking at all of our trends to let us know when we think it may be safe to be able to start reopening the economy. Nobody more than the governor wants to reopen up the economy.
Biden Health in Greenville is announcing furloughs, reduced salaries, and cuts to employee benefits at its hospitals because of the COVID-19 outbreak. Friends aren't the only ones.
Leslie Knope is ready for some stay-at-home fun.
Okay, everybody gather around.
The Parks and Recreation crew is getting back together for a coronavirus benefit. 5 years after they wrapped their hit show, cast members including Amy Poehler, Chris Pratt, Rob Lowe, and Rashida Jones will participate from their respective homes for a half-hour scripted special next Thursday night on NBC. Proceeds will go to Feeding America's COVID-19 Response Fund. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Today, we're starting off with a mostly cloudy sky. Stray shower as well this morning. We're dry this afternoon. Also warm. Partly cloudy with highs in the mid to upper 70s and low 80s. Partly cloudy tonight, low to mid 50s is where we start tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy. Could see a stray shower and thunderstorm possible Saturday afternoon and evening. Highs in the upper 60s to mid 70s. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, we're looking at cloudy skies, 63 degrees, humidity 90%, dew point 60, pressure 2970, wind southwest at 14, visibility at 10 statute miles. It's 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Friday morning. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper says the state's stay-at-home order from COVID-19 will remain in place for at least another 2 weeks because current data doesn't support loosening restrictions that began in mid-March. The Democratic governor said this and other prohibitions on dine-in restaurant services and mass assemblies have now been extended until May 8th. The stay-at-home order was supposed to expire next week. Cooper also unveiled a 3-phase plan for reopening based on expanded tracing and testing and declining case growth. Republican governors in Tennessee, South Carolina, and Georgia this week announced that they would ease restrictions so that some non-essential businesses could open. Who's the smart one here? That's your WEEB local news this morning from Sand Hill Sentinel. You can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. 8:16, time for sports. That's next here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. 4 teams grabbed quarterbacks in the first round of last night's NFL virtual draft.
Quarterbacks were in much demand with 3 going in the first 6 picks.
With the first pick in the 2020 draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow, quarterback, LSU.
Miami took Alabama's Tua Tagovailoa at 5, and with the 6th pick, the LA Chargers grabbed Justin Herbert out of Oregon. The last time 3 quarterbacks went off the board that quickly was in 1999. Later in the first round, Green Bay traded up to select Utah State's Jordan Love with the 26th pick. I am Mark Myers.
Carolina got on the board with the 7th pick in the draft last night.
Derek Brown, defensive tackle, Auburn.
First-year head coach Matt Rule and GM Marty Herney decided the Panthers needed new blood in the trenches and went with the SEC Defensive Player of the Year.
Matt and I had the chance to meet with him at the Senior Bowl, at the Combine. I met with him at the Pro Day, so we really had a lot of exposure to him. And you know, every time you met with him, you just got a stronger feeling about him.
Not since the draft became a televised event in 1980 has it been so stripped down and basic. Scouts and GMs were working from home as a safeguard against the coronavirus. In the college ranks, athletes are coming closer to getting the ability to be paid by sponsors.
The rule changes would allow athletes to earn money from their names, images, and likeness. According to a person who has reviewed the recommendations, if adopted, athletes would be allowed to make sponsorship and endorsement deals with companies and third parties. The person spoke to the Associated Press on the condition of anonymity because details were still being discussed and debated. No school-branded apparel or material could be used in the athlete's personal endorsement deals. I'm Mike Reeves.
This is NCN Sports.
No doubt, times are tough right now, but we will persevere. Our farming community is doing their part. Nothing is more essential than our food source, and it's a stressful time for all of us. But farmers do what they always do through determination and sacrifice. They provide. Remember now more than ever to thank a farmer for all they do. Farm Credit is dedicated to doing our part to keep farmers farming. Farm Credit. We're farmer strong. Visit us at farmcreditofnc.com.
2020, another big year for North Carolina politics. Republicans and Democrats battling for the state's electoral votes, competing for the governor's mansion, control of the General Assembly, the top job in the state Supreme Court. Carolina Journal covers all the action. Available each month as a free newspaper, every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your best source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
Governor Roy Cooper extended North Carolina's stay-at-home order through May 8th, but he also said on Thursday that he's considering the idea of allowing the Coca-Cola 600 to go forward at Charlotte Motor Speedway over Memorial Day weekend.
They have come forward with a proposal that there would be no fans in the stands already, under our state executive order, they could begin working in their garages as an essential business.
On this day, 17 years ago, the Carolina Hurricanes made history in the Greensboro Coliseum. It was April 24th, 1999 that the Hurricanes won their first playoff game since arriving in the Tar Heel State. Ray Shepard scored at 17:05 into the extra session, giving the Canes a 3-2 win over the Boston Bruins. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Serving more people, more places, 24/7. If your AC breaks down, we'll restore your indoor heaven. Installation or repair, one call will be there. It's your family, don't delay. Comfort's just a call away. We're Comfort Services. Comfort Services.
You've heard the comment, save your energy. Well, Comfort Services can save your energy bill and make your home more comfortable. Specializing in installation, HVAC, and comprehensive air quality services. Locally owned since 2003, Comfort Services is nationally certified and a Carrier Energy Expert dealer with highly qualified technicians. Go to ComfortServicesInc.com or call 910-695-2665 on Highway 5 next to Habitat in Aberdeen. 910-695-2665.
Comfort's just a call away. Comfort Services.
Aaron Cooper here with Cooper Ford. With all that's going on out there right now, we just wanted everybody to know that we are and will always be dedicated to supporting the community in time of need. If you need your vehicle service, we'll provide free scheduled pickup and delivery. And if you're in the market for a new car, we'll come to you so you don't have to come to us. Right now, during this time of uncertainty, Ford is stepping up and offering 0% for 84 months on most 2019 models, or you can choose no payments for up to 6 months on both 2019 and 2020 models. These programs and incentives are unprecedented. If you're in the market for that new Ford or new-to-you vehicle, now's a great time to buy. We have lots of inventory and great selections to choose from. As a locally owned business owner, I hope that everyone will support their local businesses during this time. It's so important that all of us do our best to stay healthy, and when we can, support the local folks that depend on this community to support them. So please give us a call at 910-947-2244 or visit us on the web at cooperford.net. As always, working really hard to be your hometown dealer. Thank you.
Are you a do-it-yourselfer, home builder, or remodeler? If so, bring in the best deal you're getting in Moore County for your flooring, and Hardwood Liquidators will match it and beat it. Right now, we have over 130,000 square feet in our warehouse stacked with solid engineered, laminate, and waterproof luxury vinyl plank. Like the farmhouse look, our farmhouse bandsawn French oak solid flooring starts at $449 a square foot. Financing is available with approved credit. We're at 707 South Pinehurst off Highway 1, right across the street from McNeil Oil. Or call us at 910-757-0478. Hardwood Liquidators. More floor, less money.
For more than 100 years, Pines Funerals has been there for Moore County families when they needed us most. We continue to build on tradition of trust by serving all your funeral and memorial needs from any of our convenient locations. Nestled in 15 acres of wooded landscape along Morganton Road, Pine Lawn Memorial Park offers memorial gardens, mausoleums, a chapel, and a beautiful brand new funeral and cremation center slated for completion in 2020. For free, pre-planning information or to schedule a tour, call Pines Funerals at 910-947-2224 or visit pinesfunerals.com today.
Great news, cigar aficionados. Matchbox Cigars and Pipes is still open for business, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and offering curbside pickup. Just call 910-944-7665 and place your order. We'll deliver the same day or the next day with a minimum order of $50. Rest assured, Matchbox is following all guidelines to ensure the utmost safety to our customers. We're located at 15501 and Highway 1 next to the KFC in Aberdeen. So come on down or give us a call, 910-944-7665.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I remember when I first heard the term voicemail. I had driven to D.C. to talk to a man who was one of my bosses. I liked the guy, thought he was perfect at what he did, and of course, I wanted to make a good impression. After our meeting, we went to lunch. As we were parting ways, he offhandedly said to me, "I'll be away from my office for a couple of days, so when you get that information, just leave me a voicemail." Well, I had no idea what he was talking about. I'd never heard of a voicemail. I nodded my head and said, "No problem. I'll just leave you a voicemail." I didn't want to say, how do you do that? I drove back wondering, what in the heck am I going to do? Record a cassette and mail it to him? Wait a minute, some of you are too young to even remember a cassette. Well, anyway, of course, I figured it out. Why didn't I just admit to him I didn't know? I have no idea. These days, you don't really have to admit that you don't know something. We have the internet, and it's easy to get information. Trouble is, some folks believe everything they read, and that's just as bad, maybe worse than not knowing, don't you think? I think folks should read all they can about the reasons for wearing a mask to a store. Not articles that were written by folks like me, but from true medical professionals. I think you might be surprised. I was. In the Zoom Wall Zone.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Today we'll see mostly cloudy skies. Stray shower possible this morning, but we're dry this afternoon. Highs today warm in the mid to upper 70s and low 80s. Partly cloudy, mild tonight, low to mid 50s for tomorrow morning. We start dry Saturday morning, but we'll see a few showers and thunderstorms Saturday afternoon and evening. Highs in the upper 60s to mid 70s. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
What do you got planned for the weekend?
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. What are you going to do? I think I'm going to stay home.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Are you mocking me?
That's the Big 10-4. Oh, really?
What are your plans?
We're going to party like it's 1999.
Okay, we need to look at the calendar. No, we don't. I need a drink. Where's the booze?
Let the party begin. It's showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, fresh off of 5 hours and 22 minutes of sleep, according to Fitbit. Along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate Aberdeen, as the pilot likes to call you. Hey, it's official. Sunlight is actually bad for the coronavirus, so, get out there when the sun comes out and get a little exercise. And, hey, when we get into the middle of summer here, 95 degrees and 95 humidity is absolutely deadly to the coronavirus. So Steve is going to whip us up some of that a little later on in the week, and then we'll all be safe.
It's also deadly to the people that live here. I think I'd rather the virus take me on than that humidity. Don't forget, all the Yankees have been coming down here. Please raise me in humidity.
Well, hey, it's Trump was talking about UV light and all that kind of thing, and it really does deter the growth of the virus and shortens its lifespan, etc. So, yeah, sunlight.
Yeah, 75 degrees, 80% humidity. The lifespan of the virus is 1.5 minutes.
Yes. So, this down here in the Sandhills, Sandhills summer and sunlight is good for you. So get outside.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on the live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the home page is where the link's located on your mobile device. Fire up YouTube and put Mornings with the Leader Man in there for the video. If you're on your mobile device just wanting an audio stream, that's easy too. Fire up a streaming app such as TuneIn, iTunes, or Streamer, all free and available at your app store. Just put WEEB into that search, and of course you can get it off of our website anytime at Talk 97.3 FM. Upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says On the Air, Listen Live. Click that once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area. It's going to be partly cloudy today with an isolated shower. Good coronavirus killing weather. High of 78. Tonight, partly cloudy, isolated showers, low of 55. Tomorrow, more killing weather. Partly cloudy, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, only a 20% chance. High of 73. And tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, scattered thunderstorms, a low of 61. Sunday, partly cloudy, few scattered showers, high of 75. Good coronavirus killing weather. And then Monday, sunny, a little cooler, high of 67. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are southwest of 14, visibility 10 statute miles. Pressure is 2970, dew point 60, humidity way up there at 90%. It's still cloudy and 63 degrees here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
Yeah, cloudy like a Democrat's thought process. That's right.
Yes, you're too stupid to go out without my help.
Right. Well, don't sit around in the house.
Just remember, I get my government guaranteed check every month. You don't, which makes you stupid.
Well, hey, there's certain groups of people that are getting checks and, wealthy to do and all that. Just broad paintbrush of government checks. Do you want police? Do you want EMS? Do you want firefighters? You're not throwing them in.
No, what I'm saying is those that tell you to stay home are the ones that got a check.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. That's
they're looking at it as a paid pension vacation.
Yeah, well, when you say government check, you're using a pretty broad brush there.
I know.
They're out there helping you.
There are a lot of those, like yourself, who have earned that check. And I do not begrudge you getting a check.
Well, I'm not worried about myself. I'm worried about the guys that are still working and getting it.
Yeah, those that have a government job. And those that work for large corporations and things like that. Although with large corporations, you're just a number on the page and get canned pretty quick. And now they're starting to say, well, with everything shut down, we need to, and revenues are getting real tight real quick with municipalities.
Yes.
They're talking about laying off some workers. Well, now you know how we feel. Not so funny anymore. It's all funny, great and wonderful when you're at home and enjoying life and don't have to worry about finances at all because it's still coming. But when that gets suddenly cut off by your government, which is what happens to a lot of private enterprise out here.
Yeah, government has done that to us.
You go up to a restaurateur and say, you can't open your doors. I don't care how safe you make it inside. Yeah. I could care less. You're going to stay closed.
We're not going to let you
That's
make
right.
a living.
We'll just take away your livelihood and see how you like that. Oh, by the way, your rent's due every month.
Right.
Your utilities are due every month. Your insurance is due every month. So forth and so on. Cleaning is due every month. Because you're too stupid to be able to rearrange and accommodate life as you need to and allow people in safely.
Yep.
They're not allowed to put up a sign stating what their process is to keep the place safe for customers.
Right. And again, people at risk, understand that they need to be careful in doing certain things.
Right.
And by and large, they will. I mean, they showed it, where was it? Sweden. They didn't do anything at all. And yes, they had a drop off.
Their curve looks just like ours.
Well, their businesses dropped off and things like that, but they still remained open and at least allowed their infrastructure and their business community to at least survive. And we're killing our business communities here now. There are going to be a lot of restaurants around here that will not reopen. There are going to be some other businesses that will not reopen.
Well, getting back to your point, it just seems like those in the mic with their face in the microphone saying, "You need to stay at home."
Right. Well,
those are the ones.
Exactly. I'm just saying, you use that government check thing a little too liberally because, hey, you got NBC knucklehead, you got the mainstream media knuckleheads that are supporting all this. They're part of that, but they're not getting paid by the government. God knows who's paying them because they're losing money.
They're probably the ones first to apply for the PPP program.
Yeah, they're
like Ruth Chris.
Right. Well, Ruth Chris.
You talk about a real PR blunder. There it is.
Yeah, they said they're giving the money back. Too late.
Too late now.
Yeah, but
you screwed yourself just for applying for it.
Right.
When you said, I don't care about all the Americans.
Yeah.
And then Sean said it wrong last night. He was trying to defend their action, saying, well, look at the thousands of people they kept employed. No, that was a publicly traded corporation that could have generated the money they needed. Yeah. And it was wrong for them to apply.
Well, they
might have met the definition, but it also pointed out exactly what we said up front. The big banks went after the big customers and made sure their applications went through, while John Doe Tire Service over here, he didn't get his application even looked at.
Well, Ruth Chris is an advertiser for Hannity, so they're all in on it. They're all gonna sit there and buck up for their guys that are paying the bills. So that's what that was all about. But yeah, they're at least giving the money back. But I went to a Ruth Chris once. I'll never go back in there. Yeah.
Too high a price, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. This is like
$100 for an 8-ounce.
Yeah, that's like
piece of meat.
15 years ago, and it was overpriced. I can't imagine what it is now.
Yeah, we have a couple of those high-priced steakhouses around here.
No, you don't. Not compared to them.
Yeah.
You got some that are maybe on the higher side of things.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there is one, but they don't charge like Ruth Chris does.
Well, I'm not going to.
Not the one I went in anyway.
For my birthday, my number one gal was sitting there telling me, I'm going to buy you a steak dinner tonight, because we had to get a takeout. And she opened up to one restaurant and was looking through it, and then I saw one little entree was $40.
Yeah.
I said, $40 for a steak?
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me. And I flipped it over to their competitors across the street, and I got 2 meals for $40.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's there's places like that, and yeah, there's a certain element there that will pay for that. That's fine. You go pay for it. I'm not paying for it. Yeah. Can I afford to pay for it? Yeah, probably, but I'm not going to.
Well, that's whatever the market can bear.
I mean, I'd go drive a Corvette if I wanted to. I'm not paying for a Corvette.
Can't drive mine because I'm not buying anymore. I'm all balled out on those. I get big old SUVs, so that it's not as popular.
Well, look at John Zumwalt, man. $60,000 pickup truck, and trades it in. When the tires get a little dusty and all that. I mean, hey, fine if you can do that. Go ahead.
Yeah, when the bed needs sweeping out, he gets a new one.
Poor John, he's just shaking his head.
He says, "How'd they know? How'd they know?" Someone built a stress-free COVID-19 tracking website called the Happy Arc.
The Happy Arc.
That lists how many people have recovered, but ignores the death count. It reminds us, that's the part you like.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to know how many people have recovered from this thing. Because we're there on North Carolina.
Go to the Happy Arc and check it out.
I'm going to check it out right now.
That's ARC. The Happy Arc.
All right. Well, I'll find it here in a minute. Give me a couple of seconds because I'm in the middle.
Anyway, that lists how many people have recovered but ignores the death count. It reminded me of a classic skit from the short-lived Dana Carvey show that featured a gentle news report. Here we go.
GTN, the Gentle Television Network, continues its broadcast day with the 11 o'clock news that's easy to take. Here's anchorman Sonny Stevens.
Good evening. Everything is just fine overall. Things are just fine.
Yeah, I'm not finding it. I'm coming up with some foreign language website. So
foreign language?
I'll find it later. That's not.
I got it right here.
Oh,
the Happy Arc.
Oh, the Happy Arc. No, I didn't look for the.
753,905 people have recovered.
Well, how about North Carolina? Does it break it down by state? I'll look at it later.
Breaks it down by country. Here in the United States, 85,922 have recovered.
Right. Well, you can get that on Johns Hopkins, but it doesn't have the individual state information. There's one Gab Trends that breaks it out by state, and North Carolina is just not providing information. There's a few states. Arizona has it all broken down by people on ventilators, people hospitalized, people recovered, deaths, etc. And there's probably half a dozen states that really have some good detailed information there, but North Carolina is not one of them. We have to make it look as bad as we can for as long as we can so that we can...
Well, it says today 30,000 people, 30,000 new cases, 16,000 people recovered today.
Today in the United States?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, like I said, it's got gross numbers, but it doesn't break it out by state. And even the county numbers, well, depending on which state, when you go on that John Hopkins site, and you can go county by county, and you can go to Arizona, and we'll have the individual county stats there.
We got super happy places, like Greenland is 100% recovered, St. Lucia, 100%, Yemen, 100%.
Well, there's only 2 people in Greenland, so it shouldn't have taken too long.
Germany, 70% have recovered fully. 93% in China. Don't believe that.
Right. Well, China and Russia are not accurately reporting.
Iran, 76%. Italy, 30%. France, 27%. Anyway, it's thehappyarc.com.
Yeah, ARC, as in A-R-C.
A-R-C.
All right, yeah, I was just looking Happy Arc, and that won't get you there. So, the Happy Arc. All right, good. I'll look it up, and that'll be nice. It would be nice if our state would provide some individual numbers. I don't think they are, but I guess maybe gross numbers they are. I don't know.
Well, evidently some guy went into a grocery store, and there was no TP.
Hey, join the club, buddy.
He was angry out there in the parking lot, and he picked up his shopping cart and bashed it through the back window of a stranger's car.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Some woman filmed it, of course.
Yeah.
Why did he do? Oh my God! What the hell?
Well, go buy yourself some MREs. There's toilet paper in each bag, buddy. What can I tell you? Gee.
There is?
Yeah.
I got a bunch of MREs in there.
Well, there you go. Then you got toilet paper. I don't know that you'd want to use it, but it's there.
Yeah, it's made out of Brillo pad.
John Wayne paper. That's right.
The Colonel has always gotten our guess the sound correct every single time.
Oh,
so we're going to play one today. Let me play the sound for you, and then we'll give you multiple choices and play it again. All right, any guesses before I give you answers?
No, I have no clue what that might be.
Is it A, dog jumping in and out of a water-in shower? I'm sorry, dogs jumping out of a walk-in shower. B, dogs fighting under a waterfall.
No.
Or C, dogs in a plastic tub getting a horse bath.
Getting a what? A horse bath?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, a hose bath.
Hose bath.
Come on, dyslexia, pull in there.
Yeah, it's either A or C. So it's either the dog coming out of the shower.
Dog jumping in and out of a walk-in shower.
Of a walk-in shower.
And C would be dogs in a plastic tub getting a hose bath. Here's the sound.
Yeah, it sounds like C.
Damn. Still hadn't stumped him.
Well, once you describe it, yeah, I can hear the hose running. I mean, I know it's not two dogs fighting in a waterfall. I mean, I don't know what that sounds like, but I don't think it sounds like that. So,
let's see what the video shows. It's pit bulls.
Oh, pit bulls too. Okay.
And they're just
actually
in a
nice
tub,
dogs.
enjoying the cool water hose and biting each other.
Okay. Well, I did hear the bark, so I knew there was a dog involved. But
Man, that dog's gonna have a problem. He just keeps. Anybody gets in the water with him, he bites them. Not viciously, but
yeah, just playing. He's just playing. My neighbor years ago had one. My parents' neighbor, and they had one, and when you first saw him, you might be scared because he would run at you and jump on you. And I mean that dog could stand there at your feet and jump up and lick you in the face. I mean, it could be kind of scary, but he was just playing. He was a weirdo. That guy.
Yeah, I've run into a lot of pit bulls out there at the dog park, and most of them are good tempered.
Yeah. It's how you treat the dog. You treat any dog badly, and they're going to be mean.
Or they'll just be treat you badly back.
Well, exactly, and some dogs are more powerful than others. So, yeah, you get a mean dog and he's big, 100 pounds or more. Yeah, you get a problem, big problem.
All right, it's 8:43, 43 past the hour. Let's do a little rim shot this morning. See if we can get a smile on your face, or at least a partial smile. Okay, Val Kilmer says Tom Cruise never went out drinking with the Top Gun cast. Not by choice. They always forgot to unbuckle him from his car seat. Oh, we're starting out good with the Colonel. 70-year-old Richard Gere and his 37-year-old wife have had their second baby. And a year or two, the baby will no longer need soft baby food and diapers, but Richard will. Barbra Streisand turned 78 today, which begs the question of just what do you get for the woman who has everything except for the name of a competent plastic surgeon?
Oh, boy. Yeah, she's terrible. Well, you get a busload of immigrants, illegals, and dump them off at her little compound there. I mean, she's all in favor of that.
Compound. She got like 24 acres overlooking the ocean.
Yeah, I know.
A couple 100 feet up.
That's what I'm saying. She's got plenty of room for loads of unemployed urban outdoorsmen and illegal aliens. She should be taking care of them.
Dog parks may not reopen until 2021, which is why I saw one of those It's a Small World kids holding a sign that said, "Well, annoyed for food." The first round of the NFL draft went down last night. It's the annual event where drafted Ohio State players realize they're going to have to take a pay cut.
Yeah, there's a few of them. Yeah, they're being taken care of.
They say they don't get paid in college.
Yeah, they do.
They get paid.
Well, indirectly, but yeah, they're well taken care of in the big programs. That's a fact.
Yeah. I haven't do. Give Nick treats while I'm on the air here.
Yeah, there you go. Well, hey, certain things are important.
The Boston Red Sox escaped severe penalty in baseball's sign-stealing scandal, which is good, because it's been a good 15 seconds since Boston fans had a reason to be insufferably obnoxious. People are avoiding hospitals due to COVID-19, which is why this week's episode of Grey's Anatomy was just two doctors playing Uno. Two cats in New York are the first pets to test positive for coronavirus. If you thought homeschooling was hard, try to get a cat to wear a face mask. Mark Zuckerberg says employees will work from home through the summer. Okay, but they're just going to spend all day on Facebook, And today's the 30th anniversary of the Hubble telescope, and if you already knew that, congratulations on your commitment to never, ever having sex.
Yeah.
Kind of goes with that territory, doesn't it?
Maybe.
Let's see here. All right, a good news story. NYPD applauds healthcare workers who came from other states. Hundreds of doctors and nurses who flew to New York to help out finally went home this week, so a bunch of NYPD officers lined up to give them a round of applause as they left. And a lot of doctors are worried they'll bring home the virus, so RV owners have been lending their vehicles out through a Facebook group called RVs for Meds, or for MDs. RVs for MDs.
Hi, Daddy. Hi, Daddy. Hi. We miss you. They're not hesitating. They're just doing it because it's the right thing to do, and they want to do something for somebody else.
I've never seen anything like it, Laura, in my entire life. I think that this is going to go down, in my opinion, as one of the biggest, most positive things that came out of tragedy in our country.
It is overwhelming to know that somebody will
just selflessly give this trailer to us and let my daughter stay in it.
Okay. Let's move on. Things we need to know today so we do not sound stupid. Another impact of the coronavirus, credit card companies have begun reducing your credit limit.
Oh, yeah.
An estimated 13.9%, that's what I said last hour. Be careful about throwing a bunch of expenses on it right in a row there, because it'll trigger a program and then you're screwed. Once one credit card sees that another credit card company has downgraded your credit, they will too. An estimated, it's like a snowball going down the hill. An estimated 13.9% of New Yorkers have likely had COVID-19, according to the preliminary results of coronavirus antibodies testing released by the governor on Thursday. Preliminary results indicate that at least 2.7 million New Yorkers have been infected with COVID-19, which is about, what they say it was, 30%?
Yeah.
Of the in-city population?
Right. Yeah, that's what they're finding out. This COVID thing is going around to a lot more people that had never shown or showed very few of the symptoms, and it's much more widespread than what you could imagine, which is probably in the long run a good thing for New York, because once it's out there and you've got the immunity, or if you've got the antibodies, you're in relatively good shape for the most part.
Richard Gere and his wife have welcomed baby number 2 into their family. 70-year-old Gere's wife is 33, his junior, for those keeping score. Let's see. A team of researchers in India, upon discovering a new species of green pit vipers, oh boy.
Yeah, we need some more pit vipers.
Have decided to name the snake after the Harry Potter character Salazar Slytherin.
Oh, I thought they were going to name it a Pelosi.
Elizabeth Warren's brother, Donald Reed Herring, died yesterday from the coronavirus. Oops, Tampa Bay Buccaneer quarterback Tom Brady had another embarrassing episode when he walked into the wrong home.
Walked into the wrong house?
No wonder he throws intersections.
What? What is that? What's that all about?
Can't he find his own house?
I missed that. How did he walk into his own house?
Well, it must be an 11-bill type neighborhood. Car manufacturers are saying that the pandemic is going to change the options in cars to include more air purifiers. The Rolling Stones released a new track called Living in a Ghost Town. It was recorded last week in L.A. and London, but mixed down in isolation. I've got a sample of that song. Okay. And I'm sure if you went to one of the concerts, every woman in the crowd would be singing it like they've known it all their life.
Yeah, probably.
Even though it just came out today. Let's see what else we got. AMC Theaters owes $7.5 million in rent, according to its Palm Spring landlord, who filed suit against the theater chain on Wednesday in Florida. Federal court claiming that the impact of the novel coronavirus pandemic is an insufficient reason to skip out on rent and demanding rent payments through 2030.
Yep. Well, that's big bill. You're going to have a lot of places, theaters, they're going to go out of business. I mean, they're showing junk anyway, which is not the theater's fault, but you're not going to have a lot of people. That's the whole thing with old Cooper here that he doesn't understand. Hey, open up a movie theater. You're not going to have every seat filled in there because people are not going to jam themselves in. You'll have a few people in there, but they'll
have to have social distancing in there.
Right, but they'll still have, well, even so, you're going to have a lot of people that won't go out because they don't want to expose themselves. So the business is not going to be there, but it would at least allow them to survive. And you're not going to have a lot of these places survive. Just like that guy there, what is that, in Florida, AMC? Yeah, they're going to default on everything.
All right, today's impossible question. 25% of us have done this in the past month. What is it?
25% of us have done this in the last month.
It's an impossible question.
Yeah, drink beer. I don't know.
Worked from our car.
Worked from our car. Okay.
From a Did You Know file, 18% of Americans are affected by an anxiety disorder yearly. 38% of women surveyed said that they're trying to cut back on...
How many? 38%?
38%.
38% of women.
Now, they've already cut back on that.
Okay. I was going to say the percentage is a little low. I don't know.
Gossiping.
Gossip. Oh, gossip. Yeah, okay. I don't believe that.
Which contains more sugar, strawberries or lemons?
Lemons.
Lemons is right. 31% of guys have borrowed this from their girlfriend. Not money.
Have borrowed this from their girlfriend. Not money. Beer. I don't know.
Deodorant.
Okay.
15% of people in a sleep study survey said they have been known to fall asleep in this room at work.
In this room at work? Their office?
Their bathroom.
Fall asleep in the bathroom? Get out of here. Come on.
Despite being asked by their parents to do this for their own good, 19% of kids do not do this.
You brush their teeth.
Close enough. Floss teeth.
Floss their teeth. Okay.
Over 40% of us always add this at mealtime to our food.
Beer.
You're stuck on beer today, aren't you? Have you not had a beer in a while?
Beer and cornflakes, man. Nothing like it.
Salt.
And
51% of people who have these have never used them in their car.
Have these, never used them in their car.
In other words, the car has these, but you never used it.
The car has
the feature.
I don't know, electronic. Well, the spare tire, jack.
Sunroof or convertible top.
Oh, all right. No. I
never used mine. I got two sunroofs and I hadn't used either one.
I had a sunroof. I used it once. Never used it again because, of course, it rained. Forgot to close it.
See, mine's so fancy it opens in two stages. One, he pulls the cover back. Two, it opens the sunroof.
Right.
And you got to figure out how to close the sunroof and close that cover back.
Yeah.
Because it's all electronic. And I say, be my luck that it opened up, start raining, I can't get it to close.
Right. Well, that's what I had, the little sunroof thing. And it was nice to have because, it would cool the car off like really quick down here in a hot summer. But foolishly, I'm riding around and things open and got out of the car. It was a perfect sunny day, but we had one of those thunder showers roll in late. And I'm like, that's right, I left that thing open. And it was bad.
Well, because you need more bad news about COVID, I want to end with this. I'm not sure.
Well, there's no good news about COVID because.
Well, I don't have time to play it anyway.
Well, it's bad news because you got the government lying to you and the government restricting you and doing all these things that are probably need to be let up on now, and it's just bad.
Only thing I'd say and believe in today is it's going to be interesting to see, and I'm pretty sure I'm right, if the big banks will now actually loan money to small businesses.
Yeah.
Or they can continue to cater to their large customers and give them all the damn stimulus money, which you get to pay back.
Right.
All right, so it goes for this Friday. Have yourself a great, safe weekend. We'll see you back bright and early Monday for a Monday Until then, be sure to support the mom and pop advertisers we have right here on our airwaves, because they're our neighbors. They live here, they work here, they need your support to survive, and they're good people. Plus, when you give them first crack at your spending dollars, your money stays here in our economy, rolls over, and creates more jobs for us. And don't forget, millions of Americans, they have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man. And Nick and Colt the Dog will all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the sunny COVID-killing dog park.